Hello, it's time for Combat Patrol Carnage. We're back with issue 5 and we're on to our read and collect articles. So just a couple of pages today, all about the Imperial Tithe, and of course we name our sergeant, so we'll need our naming tables from a previous issue. Don't forget, Combat Patrol Carnage is proudly sponsored by Warbay.shop, your one-stop supply for all your hobby needs. They buy and sell new and used armies, they have plenty of hobby supplies including paints and paintbrushes, and of course all your gaming aids such as dice and tokens. I'm going to be using Warbay myself, as there's a few items in their current stock that I have my eye on, and they're getting some new stock soon as well. So check them out, link in the description down below, that's warbay.shop. But for now, let's head over to the table and we'll do some reading. Right, here we are back with issue 5, and we got our pen ready for the naming ceremony, and of course we're going to need one of these dice, so put those to the side. And here's our sergeant ready to get his name. So first off, we'll dive into the issue. We've got a bit about the Imperial Tithe, and then we're on to more about the Infernus Sergeant. So flicking past the paint guides, we'll find our first bit of lore. The Imperial Tithe. The Imperium of Man is a vast and hungry beast. Its constant campaign of conquest demands unending resources. Resources that are provided by the Imperial Tithe. Some planets pay the Imperial Tithe in raw materials, while others provide warriors. If a world fails to pay its tithe, the consequences are dire indeed. Every Imperial world, from frontier outposts to colossal hive worlds, must pay the Imperial Tithe. It falls to each planetary governor to gather the tithe. Should they fail, they are replaced. Many governors work their populations to the bone, extract the Imperial Tithe, forcing their citizens to toil day and night, and shipping off vast populations to serve in the Astra Militarum. The collection of Imperial Tithe is essential, for without it, the Imperium's armies would falter. The Imperium's bureaucracy is vast and ancient, and subject to many strange traditions. A nice Imperial world there, with the governor obviously high on a throne, his personal bodyguard, servants that have obviously wronged him, turned into servitors. And we see leaders of Astra Militarum regiments being seen over by a tech priest. And we see some more banners walking in as well. Pretty cool. The harvest of psykers from Imperial worlds is overseen by the Adeptus Astra Telepathica. The Black Ships. To be a psyker in the Imperium is a dark fate indeed. Regardless of where they are born, almost every single psychically sensitive human in the Imperium is the property of the Adeptus Astra Telepathica. This much-feared organization stalks the stars, filling the holds of their dreaded black ships with captive psykers. Psykers are hated and feared in the Imperium, but they are essential for its functioning. From the astropaths who cast messages across vast distances of space to the battle psykers that serve in the Imperial Guard. The black ships are constantly searching for new psykers to bring back to Terra for training. The most powerful and dangerous are killed on the spot, while others are placed into the vast and terrible machinery of the Golden Throne to sustain the Emperor. The rest undergo a brutal initiation process known as sanctioning, in order to control and shackle their power and ward them against chaos. Those that survive sanctioning are often deeply traumatized by the process. So yeah, very dark and grim, as they say. Yeah, not nice to be a psyker in the 41st millennium. It's not nice to be anybody, really, in the 41st millennium. We see some magi of various sorts, Warriors, obviously on an Imperial world of some kind, seeking out Psykers ready to be taken to Terra. Moving on then, we got our collect article for our new Infernus Marine Sergeant. Few mortals match a Space Marine for strength or skill, and few Space Marines can hope to reach the rank of Sergeant. Having proven their worth in battle, these warriors have begun their journey through the ranks of command. Their job is not just to fight, but to direct their brothers in battle. Using your new Infernus Marine Sergeant. This Infernus Marine Sergeant is designed to represent the leader of a unit of Infernus Marines. You can use him in your battles by removing the Sergeant, shown below on the left, and putting him aside and using this model instead. So we got our Infernus Sergeant here, who in my collection has been built up as the grenade throwing guy. So I won't be missing this guy, but I will be having to sacrifice one other model. And then we put the new Sergeant in his place. The Red Helm. Every chapter has its own unique heraldry used to honour its champions. Sergeants of the Ultramarines chapter, for example, wear red helmets, allowing their fellow troops to recognise these beacons of command even in the thick of battle. The mighty have no room for doubt. Over the page then, so we have our Infernus Marine Sergeant. Sergeants anchor the Space Marines' line of battle through skilled interpretation of their captain's commands and personal acts of valour that inspire battle brethren to fight harder. So we've got a title here that we can roll on, but first we need to find his name. To do so, we'll bring in issue 3, which has our Space Marine table. So we'll roll on, we'll just need to roll on the first table. So we get 6 followed by 6. Leonidas. We'll put that to one side, and now we can give him his title. So we've got a various swathe of titles to choose from. And we get, really, another 6. That's 3 dice, different dice, that have all rolled 6s. So he is Leonidas the Giant Breaker. This sergeant miraculously managed to fight off a hive tyrant in battle, earning him the respect of his captain and command over his fellow Infernus Marines. Wow, pretty good Infernus sergeant there then. The Emperor's blessing is bestowed upon the dutiful servant. And of course we can tick off our build, we can also tick off our paint, and we're about to play with him, so we'll be able to tick that off as well. But for this episode, that's it. Short and sweet. But I believe in the next issue, we've got quite a lot of lore to read through, as well as some new models to build and paint. Up next then is, of course, our play article, Flames of Purification. So join me for that. And also don't forget to, of course, check out warbay.shop in the video description. Don't forget to, of course, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until next time, stay safe, happy hobbying, and I'll see you then. Bye.